What's good? I've finished all the free-to-play grinds for the units that are available with the story event. So with that in mind, I did want to run a team fully included of just the free-to-play units within the Universe 6 category. But I am going to run the DokkanFest TEQ Hit unit as the leaders because I really want to maximize their attack and you know, the other stats and whatnot, and see how they actually do with the most optimal, you know, leader skills. So, you know, I'm just kind of running through each of these units and, you know, kind of showing what the potential levels I assign to them. I thought about including the Caulifla unit, but I wanted to test out this Cabba unit and just see how he does. Again, that unit gets a 77% increase for every Universe Survival Saga ally on the team. However, I did include the free-to-play Vados unit, and she doesn't fall into that category. The only categories that she falls into is Universe 6 and the Realm of God. So unfortunately, I'm missing out on an extra 7% there, but I think it's good enough to test it out and see how he does, because I honestly, I haven't really tested it. I heard from Social Fire that the unit's pretty good, but again, I haven't really tested it myself, so it'll be interesting to see how that unit performs with the built-in critical skill sets. Now, I'm not really going to be too focused on, you know, who to link up who with. There are going to be a couple of units that I might tend to like link up together. Of course, the Cabba unit and Kale do have the Super Saiyan Link skill, so you do want to see them linked up just to get that 10% from the Super Saiyan Link. The Champa unit and the Vados unit do have the Godly Power lean skill, so that is 15%, so definitely do want to link them with that. But again, this is going to be pretty much a free-form format to where we're just going to test out how a lot of these units link up with different types of units within the Universe 6 category team. Again, this is going to be with the maximum boost from the leader skills with the hit unit. And, you know, again, it ultimately just comes down to the fact that I really wanted to see how they actually do with the proper leader skills instead of a free-to-play leader skill, which is substantially less. I think Vados provides like a 66% boost, but other than that, I don't know what if there's any higher Universe 6 category leaders that provide a higher boost. Now, I could have ran like, you know, the LR 1000 Day Goku or the LR Goku from Super Battle Road, but again, you know, I really wanted to provide the best boost possible toward HP attack and defense, so that's pretty much what the format with this will be. The Namekians are pretty good. They get an attack and defense increase for every Universe 6 ally on the team, so that, you know, that tends to ramp up quite a bit. In addition to that, they also get a boost from Namekian category allies of, you know, for every of those allies, you get pretty much a 30% increase to attack and defense. So it's much higher, so it's actually double the Universe 6 application, but that category is still lacking to this day. There's really not a good category lead at this point. Hopefully they include some, you know, potentially in the future, but we'll see what happens. They're both, that unit's pretty good, both offense and defense. pretty decent output overall. So the Super Saiyan 2 Kale unit is a pretty good support unit, provides a 30% to attack and defense for Universe Survival Saga category teammates. I'm trying to think who else. In terms of the potential levels for Kale, I gave her pretty much a heavy focus on evasion. That's pretty much all I'm going to be using that unit for anyway, is pretty much the ability to support units and then also evade attacks when necessary. I think she has about level 9 in criticals, so you might see her activate the criticals here and there. The other units, Champa is pretty decent, 200% chance, 200% increase to attack with a medium chance that equates to about 25%, so 1 in 4 chances of that activating. For the potential levels for that guy, pretty much a heavy focus on criticals. In terms of the TEQ Cabba unit, level 15 additional attack, level 11 criticals. I thought about maybe giving the unit evasion, but I was like, whatever. We'll just try and buff up the critical levels as much as possible. And I'll go ahead and say this, in this run that I was recording, for some reason Cabba didn't want to crit too much, which was kind of a little bit crappy, but it is what it is. So Vados is another pretty good unit. I think it was a 30% increase to attack and defense, also key boost if I remember correctly for Universe 6 category allies. So pretty solid unit overall. And she does have a high chance to evade enemy attacks. That includes a super attack as well. So quite useful of a unit. You'll see in the video, she dodges like crazy, almost like Ultra Instinct, you know what I mean? So very good unit in that regard. The Caulifla unit is also a pretty solid unit, free to play. She does have the ability to increase attack, I think maximum of 80% based on Universe Survival Saga allies, and also the ability to increase the percent dodge or evasion based on the same criteria. I think the max for that was like 60%. So definitely a very good unit as well. Again, in this case, I wanted to include the Cabba unit just to see how that unit would do. In terms of links, I mean, they're going to link up pretty well. You're not going to have to worry about having enough key to be able to super attack. Most of these people have the Tournament of Power link skill, so it's fairly easy to get everybody to get the super attack. The only unit that tends to struggle a little bit amongst the group is probably Champa. I think he requires 6 key depending on who you have in the rotation, but you know, other than that, pretty solid. Very fluid team. You know, output obviously is a little bit less because of you know, they're free to play at the end of the day, but you know, this team only includes free to play units outside of the leader skills, so you're not bringing in necessarily other units that could potentially help them more. This is more or less, you know, what it would be like in a free to play format, excluding again the leader skills. So they're not doing too bad, honestly. Vados is actually doing surprisingly well, both, you know, for attack and defense. You know, she's got a hell of an ability to dodge attacks, so that definitely does help out a lot. And if you do decide to replace the Cabba unit and go toward more of a balanced approach with the Caulifla unit, she's also a very good unit. And honestly, probably looking back on it in hindsight, she would probably do better overall versus the Cabba unit. So that's definitely something to consider, especially since the story event's currently available. You actually do get a drop rate bonus, I think, with the Universe Survival Saga units on the team. So, you know, definitely farm away if you haven't done that. So for the event, we did go with the TEQ Hit Dokkan event just to get the newest one and see how the unit would perform on really like a current Dokkan event setting. We'll switch on over to a different one after this event, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. And throughout the battle, I am pretty much only recovering based on the Dende or the Senzu Bean, just not get any defense increases or anything like that, just to get a realistic perspective on how everybody performs. So Champa does have the 200% attack increase active here, so definitely did want to give him the Dokkan mode attack and see how the overall attack stats and damage effect is. And at least getting the boost from Vados, as well as a couple of link skills as well. So no crit, but a little bit short of 1,000,000. That's not too bad. Okay, so moving on to the next event. This will be the LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku event. It's one of the newer events too, so I decided to roll with this one. And looks like Champa back-to-back with that 200% kicked in, so his attack stats definitely get much higher. I think without it, you're looking at maybe like 300, a little over 300,000. Then that jumps up to, you know, maximum of like 1.2 million, depending on the rotation. Hit. What else is there to say about this unit? I mean, it's very good. And honestly, if I went with a pure free-to-play team setting, I could have included the free-to-play hit unit, which is also pretty good too. He's got quite a few skill sets included in his stats. I mean, medium chance to I think stun enemy, medium chance to evade enemy attacks and whatnot. I can't remember if he also had the medium chance to stun the attacked enemy or not, or if it was just strictly based on the super attack. But you know, the free-to-play versions are, you know, a very good unit as well. If you don't have the DokkanFest unit, you could run the free-to-play version on, you know, a Universe Survival Saga team and do quite well. You know, I doubt people are going to be running this team format on a frequent basis, but you know, I figured it'd be a good idea just to show you guys each of their potentials within the setting. I think it gives you a good idea of, you know, how they perform together. I mean, these are free-to-play units, and it's always interesting to see how they would actually link up together. The Namekians definitely do pretty well. I mean, I forgot their names, honestly, but you know, they're pretty good, both offense and defense. You do have to factor in that they need either Universe 6 units or the Namekian category units on the team. Otherwise, their passive really isn't going to be that good. Alright, so type advantage here with Cabba and Hit. I am going to keep Cabba and Kale linked up together, so hopefully Kale can dodge some attacks. If not, you know, plenty of HP left over, so it's all good. 853,000, that's actually very solid numbers. No crit, but 613,000, and I guess it glitched up for a second there. So, you know, without the criticals activating, depending on the types of enemies they're facing, the output itself could definitely be on the low side. You know, it could easily be less than 200,000. So, you know, they're not like the greatest of units within this current setup. But again, these are all free-to-play units. Now, you could build a Universe 6 team with, you know, some of the summonable units and make the team better overall. Like, again, this is basically kind of forced into a team and see how they would actually perform. So if you're running maybe like a couple of these together and then the rest of them are summonable units, their output will definitely be a little bit higher. For some reason, it seems like Vados is trigger happy with the crits. I mean, which is good, but I would like to see some of the other units get some criticals as well. I don't know why she's on the game right now. So of course, type advantage. The Namekian guys are doing pretty well, and then we'll see how these units do here. So we're gonna go ahead and put Champa at the third slot. Kale, hopefully she can dodge at least one of the two attacks, and then Cabba's fine. He's got type advantage defense-wise, and you know, offensively, hopefully he actually activates a critical for a change. Which is weird, right? Because he has like level 11 criticals and then built-in critical function with the passive. I mean, I don't know why he's not critting as much, but RNG, I guess. So I don't think Champa's 200% passive is active, so we'll see how it is without it. Again, I think it's roughly about 300,000 depending on who the unit's linked up with, but you know, we'll take a look here. Yeah, 308,000. So we'll let the Namekians super attack before Hit. That way the increase to allies attack kicks in, and hopefully Hit can hit for a decent amount. Repetitive wording, I guess, but it is what it is. I mean, 821,000 with these guys. I mean, that's probably, I mean, that's very good output, honestly. Again, it's a little bit restricted with the types of teams you can run the unit on, but if you run them on the right teams, I mean, definitely a very worthwhile unit. Not only attack-wise, but defense also does increase as well. So, that's pretty much the free-to-play team with the Universe 6 team setup. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. As always, I do appreciate you watching, and definitely stay tuned for the next one. Alright, I'll catch you guys later.